Всем привет, с вами Александр Шмель-Шелюх на канале Дар Шмелюс. Мы продолжаем стримить Outer Worlds. Здорово, Ангриджо. Слушай, мне игра очень понравилась. Блин, ну, я просто в восторге от нее. В какой-то веке реально настоящая РПГовина. Вот, так что... Сделал погромче чуть. Так что я, можно сказать, в диком восторге. Гора, привет. О, погоди, а что это я пропустил? Как-то я пропустил такое. Бы сюда добавить, конечно. Вот я тебе могу... Ой, блин. Прервалось соединение. Надеюсь, сейчас восстановится все. О, уже все восстановилось. Отлично. Я тоже считаю, что случайных встреч бы сюда добавить. Было бы очень не кисло. Просто их тут тупо практически нет, и из-за этого немножко пустовато смотрится местами. Потому что там тот же самый Вегас, я помню, намного насыщеннее был. Но, в принципе, ну, пустовато. Что теперь? Все равно игра шикарная. Пацаны вообще, ребята, отлично сделали. Слушай, ты знаешь, у меня такая же мысль была, но пока к Вегасу я не готов. Вот. Нет, вообще задумался насчет Borderlands 5. Ой, 3, извиняюсь, 5. О. Так. У меня уже двойной пулемет. Ручной пулемет просто космоса, а вот этот старый друг. Не, ну просто космос 19 валит. Это 34 валит. Я думаю, вот этот ручной пулемет просто может тупо смело разобрать. Стоп, и там еще что-то можно А, нет, там ничего нельзя пока разбирать. Слушай, а мне наоборот нравится то, что... Ну, тут, кстати, знаешь, ну, я так понимаю, что пока игра еще просто не раскрыта. Целиком. Ой, блин, напугался. Поэтому я пока не буду, как бы, я думаю, тут еще понесется говно по трубам. Единственное, хочется все равно больше случайных встреч и там сколько, каким уровнем ограничено все. А, то есть это пока только начало, да?
Never seen the veil. It's like this before. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me.
Организовать для нас униформу. Для нас униформу. Отлично. Давай организуем для нас униформу.
This is it then. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple of bits for your trouble. And a little
Евгений, здорово.
remember me by.
Я вот я сайт-квесты все выполняю. Мне вот это, блин, непонятно. Вот этот квест непонятен, как его... Так, что, он мне еще что-то дал, что-то, что мне все перегруз пошел? О, телескопическая копалка. Так, значит, вот это здесь сколько? Ух ты, блин. Все, вот это говнину удаляем. Так, чтобы еще выкинуть. Так, они совершенно монопенисуальные, что ли? Так. А, не, нифига не монопенисуальные. Я лучше вот это разберу, а то починю. На том апгрейд стоит у меня. И, наверное, копье, судя по всему, можно, конечно, у него бешеный дамаг. Но, блин, урон в секунду здесь 79. А здесь намного выше. Ладно, пока подожду. И я думаю, вот эту шнягу точно уже можно одну раскидать. Сейчас. Ой. Ну, я, естественно, я вот так прохожу, то есть по интеллекту и все такое. Единственное, мне надо броню поменять, потому что броня что-то у меня... Она ограничивает мои интеллектуальные способности, это херово. Надо что-то прикупить себе. А то я как танк бегаю, блин, как дурак. Я так понимаю, что она долгая вообще. Стоп, погоди, а почему так? А, блин. Ну, я, короче, умника качаю. А, все, я понял. Что за фигня происходит? Слушай, кстати, Энгриджа, ты вышиб бабло из этого, как его, из барбершопа. Он что-то не хочет мне деньги давать.
Go ahead. As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. Whatever it may be. Company. We're a sensible people.
Блин. Я вот здесь что-то не могу понять. Сейчас я думаю к Сайлосу просто подойти. Потрещать с ним, может, он что-то подскажет. Я не могу понять, потому что он сказал, что надо какую-то расписку придумать, что-нибудь в залог дать, и в залог у него ничего нет. Или просто стырить у этого чела.
Lovely to see you about, Miss
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
Джулио, здорово, благодарю.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room. That's the word, extortion.
Точно вымогать. Все вертелся языки. Понятно. Ну, давай начнем вымогать. Здорово, Серег. Бродобрей платить не хочет. Собака страшная. Говорит, денег нету. Сейчас мы его это...
What can I do for you?
Так. И где у него подсобочка? Так, это нас разорит. Мне надо продать его зубы. Ага, во, попался. Зубы продаешь, чувак.
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How?
Как? Как? Вот так, блин.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene.
Вот
He
так
took
вот.
them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body.
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. The good Vicar Maximilian and I have never quite seen eye to eye, but your point is well taken. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU. Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's
Отлично. Все пустил пулю в лоб, но это
I
была
was the one
частность.
who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Oh, run into any reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
Вот так вот.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Да ладно рассказывать.
Yeah? Something I... Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. That's what I'm... Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be.
Вот так
The night
вот.
we were supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, when I woke up, his body was gone, spirited away, vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find...
Так, что у нас по квестам? Блин, на все остались только это. Сейчас, на всякий случай, надо куда-нибудь еще зарулить, что-нибудь поговорить с кем-нибудь. Мало ли, вдруг еще какие-то квесты будут. Например, в контину зайти. Ну, сначала сюда.
I've got nothing on my bounty board.
А это что у нас? А, понятно.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. We'll get you mostly drunk at half the price. Spacer's choice. Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of
Ну,
your...
просто тебе не кажется. Ну, ладно, какая-то. Так.
You're the first to ask after me in some time.
О.
I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself. What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming. I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing, and now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want.
Отлично. Вообще отличная перспектива.
Like when are you... Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear... They did. Not so fat. So...
Так.
That right? Oof. You knocked your head in the cannery, didn't you? Injuries come out of everyone's pay. Says so. So, you want to tell me what your story really is?
Не прокатило.
Sounds as if you've been keeping questionable company. You're right. I don't believe you. I'd advise you to keep that. Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
Так.
Look, I don't know what you're blathering about. If you took a blow. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business.
Чё-то
My
какие-то все
world
зашуганные
is
такие,
four
блин.
walls, that door, and a... Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't
Да,
be.
конечно,
learning
если будешь
things I've
лезть
got
куда
no
не
right to
положено,
know.
то все будет плохо.
People
Люди
will
начнут
talk.
это обсуждать.
Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering. Keep it down, will you? We don't talk about the people. I've said
Вот
enough.
так вот.
People come here to drink their problems away. They wanted to face their problems. Heard
someone's been staying long.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to where am I again?
Действительно, где ты?
Edgewater, jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, what's it called? Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive. Oh, it's fine. I'm only on my 3rd bottle. I don't start heaving up my guts as long as I can count to 3. Company lets me imbibe as much 0G brew as I can afford. Even gave me a discount on account of my injury. You jealous yet? Yep. Got my mitt stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on 0G brew. After the 2nd bottle... Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery.
Конор Гейсер, почти, он парикмахер, отлично. Да. Отлично, Конрад есть хирург, он почти хирург, он парикмахер.
Had your rations yet?
Yep, 2 whole cans of salt tuna.
Так.
Something got you down?
Nothing. Just don't want to fall sick.
Ладно, пойдем к этому. А, так, что это у нас за квест какой-то? Так, человек в чужой стране. А почему так? Не понял. Пошли Рида мочить.
This is a fine day, friend. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, I expected as much. I've been thinking about it. Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's
Я
choice
просто человек
man.
космоса.
My father was a Spacer's choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home. I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best. You are disparaging our parent company.
Ну
We are a
да. Мы
Spacer's
консервный
choice
завод,
salt
просто
tuna.
космос. Питаемся
We eat
хитонцом. Мы
salt
только
tuna
хитонцом.
and
Дебил, блин.
only salt tuna. I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse. You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Очень сложная математика, и что она
If
работает.
Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do.
Черт, я думал, мне
Don't
умочить
stand in
придется.
the way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the... Couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them. No such thing as a
Нельзя
farmer
уйти в
or
отставку.
resignation.
Возможно, не удастся найти 7 мест
Suppose
за
I could find
стенами.
a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement. I don't know. I could see myself lasting.
Мне кажется, я неделю вполне протяну. Замечательно.
I have always tried to do right by my town.
Я думал, Рида будем мочить, а его не надо мочить, блин. Как нехорошо. Так, я сейчас на секундочку отлучусь. Сейчас, буквально секунду. Опа! Вот и я.
Drake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must... You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be.
Блин, я до них все сделал, она мне говном поливает. Вот тварь.
This don't put us on even footing, you understand. But it is a start. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to it.
Ну, посмотрим, я потом тоже завалю, наверное.
One of us want to go see what happened?
Mark didn't think she'd go back so long as Reed was still running the place. If Adelaide's going back to...
I'm glad Adelaide's coming back to...
Ну да. Это я уж понял, что у нее чересчур не шкалит. Так, у меня по идее сейчас... Ага. Осталось вернуться. Слушай, а за пастором надо заходить вообще или нет? Мне кажется, тут на самом деле еще что-то наверняка есть где-то. Знаешь, все-таки, Серег, блин, вот немножко мне случайных встреч всяких вот этих вот не хватает реально. Потому что маньяк. Не, ну я уже тут и так всех, я тут всех этих. О. Ой, блин. Ну, какие случайные встречи нарисовались. Иди сюда. Ты где? Так, это одинаковые. Так, совершенно пистолетики. Так. А что это такого набрал? Интересно, что у меня это... А, еще одну винтовку. Блин, да опять чего я такого взял-то? А, нафига мне вот этот пулемет, собственно говоря, у меня же вот есть. Так, тут я, по-моему, всех вынес, порвал всех нахрен. Серега, а тут ты туда не забирался вот наверх? Или туда нереально сейчас забраться? Не, по-моему, нереально.
Is this your ship? Oh my star, she
Ну
is
там,
just
где вот
so
это, в
handsome.
горы. Но я так понял, что туда нереально, я посмотрел уже.
Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the
А,
only
я в
person who
магазинчик
knows
еще
Edgewater's
хотел
locked,
зайти.
but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But
Я знаю, у меня он куплен давно уже.
I could tend to your engine. I know my
3
valves
декабря.
and catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that
Спасибо.
too. What do you think? fine. Thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain.
Так, я думаю, успею я бронежилетку себе купить нормальную.
Well,
О.
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Да уж, займи себе каюту, блин. Так. Да, я тоже так думаю. Так, вот эту хотел я дубинку. Мне что-то кажется, что дубинка вообще, она вообще просто будет огонь. Да, Артывар, здорово.
What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another.
Вот очередная критическая поломка двигателя.
Engineering is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Есть. Викарий, не путайся под ногами.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Так, все квесты выполнены. Погнали.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ah, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Да. Испытываешь частые позывы к мочеиспусканию. Отлично, решит нормально побочный продукт разморозки.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me.
У меня там знакомые, они помогут мне. Помогут нам найти химикаты, чтобы реанимировать других колонистов. Отлично. Погнали.
She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it.
Мне там понравится, да, я
Captains
понял.
don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys called Kelly. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Окей.
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of... You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for insip...
Окей.
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the hope.
Так, один момент. Буквально один момент. Сейчас. Хотел кое-что проверить, сделать. Буквально один момент. Сейчас. Так, ладно, погнали к Глэдис.
I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time.
Голографический плащ. Ну, может быть, вполне.
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another.
Demented. Познай мощь темной стороны. Здорово.
Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
Здорово. Зря не заходил.
The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you. Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to...
Конечно, играю.
Something like that.
Куда же без него?
More likely. Best you maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram. A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless god would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens
То есть
your
не надо чистить зубы?
science, that's how.
Не, непонятно, ну ладно.
Excellent. And remember, don't trust the board. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Так. Так, у вас так, ага. Если вы можете увидеть системы, все такое, межпланетные трам-пам-пам. Так, первопроходец у нас где что-то? А. Угу. Что-то я затупил, блин. Ну куда лететь-то? А, вот так. Stellar Bay. Все, понял. Я просто ее здесь не вижу, поэтому... Здорово, Руслан. Их много очень. А, ты про это? Блин, я что-то, Серега, я что-то туплю. А где это Stellar Bay-то? Так. А, вон, это все, на монарх. Все. Погнали.
Message from Dr. Wells. We'd like to congratulate you on finding a route to Monarch.
Отлично.
Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for
Руслан, давай не сейчас, а.
insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly.
Yes, Captain. Initiating travel sequence.
Так, погоди, я что-то затупил.
Destination reached. The ground.
Так. А, понятно, так. Чтобы освободить остальных колонист, застрявшими... Так, я понял, Аквилон. Да, я понял. Только я ни хера все равно ничего не понял. Я что-то отвлекся тут и тупо... А, вот. Ты имеешь в виду туда, на Сциллу? Просто я смотрю, что-то понять не могу. Смотри, так. А, или сначала на первопроходец. Все, я понял. Это я затупил. Да, я все, я понял, что я затупил, да. Да, ну блин, затупил, ёлы-палы. Я что читаю, блин, первопроходец. Я думал, что это вот это изображает мой корабль. Я еще на него ткнул, думаю, что за херь. Так. Викарию. У викария хоть говнина какая-то лютая, которую надо немедленно выкинуть. Так, что викарию дать? А вот это просто космос, нахер его сразу разбираем и все. А, стоп. Фига себе, броня 10. Викарий Макс, да.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
А, кстати, да, его же прокачать надо. Да. Да, спасибо, что напомнил. Так. Уровень взлома-то это наше все же, правильно? Так, снаряжение. Все, пошли.
That's not the point. This hack would just knock out one of my workers. Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a problem.
So, go space yourself. Problem solved.
You must really want to truncheon through your teeth.
Дайте мне поговорить с этим
Do what you
дебоширом.
want. I'm done here.
The guy insulted my Rizzo's Rangers, all right? You can't just insult my Rangers and expect to get away with it. So, of course, I decked him with a tossball stick. I mean, what am I? Some kind of fair-weather fan? Only the finest group of tossball players ever to take the field. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
И тогда разрешил разногласия, как взрослый человек, да.
Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm, well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, hey, not for nothing. But I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. So your ship's got a dark and violent history?
Темное прошлое, шикарно.
Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places. Oh, not at all. Just, you know, gonna figure out what to do next. See you around, boss.
Да, я так понимаю, что его можно будет это к себе затащить. Ой.
What do you think you're doing?
Так, случайно.
I don't want any trouble out of you.
А как ты меня заметил, блин? Как-то он меня заметил. Вот я сейчас пришел. А, понятно, он мимо проходил, увидел, да?
It's always fucking.
Careful where you smoke.
Careful where you smoke.
It wasn't for us.
Yeah, I've done work for Sublight. Need to pay the bill somehow.
We move cargo. Mechanicals all over, but they still got us sweating to move boxes.
Что у нас здесь?
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Ага, а что, нельзя так?
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side. Now, hold on. This isn't the end of... You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board rep. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantine.
Mm-hmm.
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so I shouldn't be mentioning it. But what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up some... Not gonna lie.
Ладно, здорово.
But Udom's an interesting guy. Might be y'all could come to a court. Huh. Records show this ain't the first time your ship's been impounded. Seems to get cleared up pretty quick. You might not... Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a...
Легко.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay? Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so... A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling. Much? Is there anything else? Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, 2 biggest operations are the board. That is Halcyon Holdings and Sublight's Help. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid... Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. It goes like this. Back on Earth, before the cross, a bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. Then buy up the rights to this here colony.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, it seems like every year the board's offices get bigger. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope.
Вот так
Once
вот.
everybody been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit.
Да, беседа ВК в Дискорде. Мы в Дискорд еще переехали.
Glad to help.
Дискорд гораздо круче.
All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. You sure you didn't just step off one of the... There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining...
В ВК мне напиши, но вообще вот Nightbot тебе постоянно... Nightbot постоянно ссылку скидывают на Discord. Discord лучше, там больше всего.
It's a delicate balance, right? We could... They got assault cruisers. We push them too hard. Maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new...
The board wouldn't do that.
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about it. Sure thing. The fence. You'll find her in the resting... Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Не ходить к ней на пустой желудок.
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door, I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. You need anything else? Be seeing you.
Так.
Stay in the public areas and we'll get along fine.
И как мне туда попасть?
Can we talk?
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty. Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26... Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcohol...
Нападение на двух должностных лиц.
Да,
другого ткнул пальцем в глаз.
But if our resources clear up and we catch him before some contractor does, I fully plan to lock him in ISO with them 2 officers he... Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want... You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head. I do hope you're the lucky... Do I look like your gossipy best... Then get to...
Да, меня, кстати, тоже интересовало, почему в космосе морпехи? Никогда не мог этого понять.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that, Graham?
Понятно, здесь ничего нету.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Клоуны циркачей полностью меняет состав. Серьезно все. Привет еще раз. Благодарю, дружище. Благодарю. Не, у меня вот эта игра вообще огонь. Вы же спите, вы же ничего не увидели? Боеприпасы нафиг не нужны, а вот ключ-карта пригодится.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
I'm sorry about the heat. Chief Dennison will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure... Oh,
отличная маска.
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries.
Где мне такую шляпу достать?
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon. Have a look.
И что у нас есть на продажу? Говновинтовка. Стандартная пехотная броня. Мне нужно что-нибудь нестандартное. Большой. Во, уже получше. К уклонению. Угу. Все равно ничего хорошего нет, но я не надеюсь на самом деле. А это что?
I'm not going anywhere, you hear? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Finney.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. You say that like it's weird. Like I said, Jessie did me a favor. I just don't like to leave a debt. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureau.
Так, ну.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Так, чтобы отцепились не насчет груза.
He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever... Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits. Surgery mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker. The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone. Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything.
Я могу попробовать
I'd be
найти.
grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by... You look out, though.
Так, а какой плащ-то? Есть какой-нибудь маскировочный? Так, я автоматически замаскируюсь, я понял. Не, ну так не пойдет. Я не понял, как голографический плащ использовать.
Can we talk?
В начале 2000-х она далеко не такая была, ты чего? А потом здесь графически же совершенно тут не в графике дело. Так, а я что-то не могу всосать. Как? Или я сначала плащ должен забрать, или у меня его нету, просто его еще этого плаща. Понятно, Фил сказал, что... Он на кораблике, что ли, где-то? графика я не сказал бы, что он была бы такая, что зря. В начале 2000-х была намного хуже. Так что ты гонишь, батенька? А, все, я вижу, куда. Да, блядь, как мне к кораблю-то попасть? Ради ничего именно. А, вот, все, понял.
Hey there, you mind stepping back? This charming lip. I'd surely love to, but that. I ain't felt so much as a tepid.
Well, it doesn't smell as bad here as Edgewater's graveyard in high summer, so guess I can't complain.
Either way, let's not stick around so long. We all roast alive. No offense.
Whew. Have yourself a pleasant day.
Так, тогда сначала надо разобраться с этим. Пойдем побузим немножечко. А, кстати, что у нас здесь? Никто не видит. Удостоверение морпехов всегда пригодится.
Go back to Byzantium, your gold-plated.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of
А, да, конечно, помню.
or any sightings to your local war embassy.
Еще бы не помнить. Ну, это давно было.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be...
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out. I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me.
Не, халва тоже, ты че, шикарно
I
было.
like the sound of your voice. Listen to the fire of those convictions. Just alive or dead, rare or medium. What's it gonna be? My flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path. Fine. He's your...
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr.
You call your lighter Little Flick?
I'll miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head. This court needs its king, and I'm one of... Keen eyes you got there. Sanita gave me this lighter. We had a
Несколько лет между нами было плотское понимание.
and she wanted. Lay it on me, boss. I'm good for. Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt.
Вот я полностью с тобой, Серег, согласен.
Sold to Sublight. Scrapped for parts. That's bureaucracy for. Am I your dark reflection? Shit, must be getting old. Stay here too long, and the groundbreaker drains you like a fuel.
Здорово. Здорово, Рэй.
The second floor is my place. Off limits to the likes of you.
Серега, а это я лоханулся, да? Не взял плащ. Так, что по способностям? Пока сюда нельзя, да? Так. Угу. Так, убеждение. Все у меня закончилось. Вот так сделаем. Скорость в основном. Во, вот это хорошая тема. А, понятно, то есть нужно 5 способностей, чтобы открыть вот это, да?
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch, Triple Gel Flakes, and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets.
How goes the hunt? Nothing excessive. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, with that bastard McRed dead, there ain't much. We're the security force here on ground. The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expedition. Folks started calling us...
Так. А, то есть его не надо брать на корабле, ничего, все в порядке с этим, да? Я просто вот насчет этого. Меня вот этот момент беспокоил.
Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Seeking relief from the heat? Till June Lay gets those... What ain't I? A new fact? Stellar Bay proper? Tough to say. The board recalled all the nav keys about 10 years back when the corpse pulled... It's overrun with beasts, I heard. Big ones. Kinda chew your face off for fun. Might all be board propaganda, though. If you're aiming to get to Stellar Bay, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty. But I ain't the one you ought to be asking.
Я понял, Глэдис.
The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets.
Перевод какой-то больно уж такой легкий.
Couldn't say, and I wouldn't be pouring drinks perfect. All I know is we're cooking in our own juices here, and it's engineering. Chief Junlei Tennyson, to be precise. She runs this heap. Best she can, anyway. Don't... That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward helpfulness, you can... I hear tell some folk down in the townships are getting offered early retirement. Who'd think of such a thing? What would you do with...
Да, действительно.
There's nobody who knows more about the station's guts. Any system you could name? She doesn't come around here often, though. Don't see her as
Мне
much
кажется,
of a
она не пьет, слишком ответственна для этого.
Can we talk?
I'm not feeling so hot. Even the air costs money here. So
Так, кто мне сказал какой-нибудь так?
We interrupt your regular...
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of
понятно.
time, while I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hefei. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrival...
Окей.
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock.
Отлично.
I meditated, led I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the philosophy. Thank you, Captain.
Так, а с ней надо тоже поговорить, по-моему, она что-то тоже от меня
Hey,
хотела.
Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I abso-surely can. But I'm used to working on cannery lines, AG loaders, and all I'm looking for is a few pointers. Thanks, Captain. Did you want to... That's on account of how I never met her. I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract... Could be. Reckon I'll never know.
required.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he.
Спасибо, дружище.
Has something happened to my favorite
Благодарю.
freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? And who's miserable? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
Какие у вас были отношения? Я догадываюсь, блин.
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die?
Наврать, что ли?
No. How dreadful.
Привет.
That was always Alex's greatest
Привет,
fear,
Леш.
you know. Devoured by those fiends, becoming one with their droppings. Right. You're going important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go,
Завтра.
Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you?
Так.
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman.
Иди ты в баню. Алекс никогда не говорил.
Well, that's just... Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there...
Как обычно.
I might help you with? It's personal business, I'm afraid. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's fine, really. It's... Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. Be my guest.
Не за что.
Good law. Who'd want to go to that toxic?
A luxury stateroom reserved for Chairman Rockwell's.
Ага.
Good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile.
As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use.
Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions?
Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the deplorable conduct. I'm the certified representative. I have few complaints.
Чё ты хочешь пожаловаться?
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status, and so when the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that.
Что-то у них пушки-то говно по сравнению с моими. Ну и где она? Ну где эта тетка находится, я не понимаю. А, вот, нашел.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could spend all day in here.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. Good for you. Hope you scared some sense into those bureaucrats giving you trouble. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good.
Естественно.
Don't go making trouble, and chances are. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though... Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Ободряюще подтолкнуть, порвать локтем.
Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time.
Wow, great. I'll do that then.
Молча подбадриваем.
Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swim. They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping. My resources are
Немножко
strained.
по-другому она
If
сказала.
I don't get those computers back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news.
Так вот, отстань.
According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Then you know it's a den of criminals and miscreants. Unfortunately, I'll need to ask you to... Good.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled
Так, ну я думаю, надо вот с этим разобраться.
advertisement for the following story.
Сейчас на кораблик. Что ж, квест закончить нормально, по-человечески.
You been flying the outer systems route lately? Deader on a space
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar, shipped in and out with.
Да погоди ты, блин, дай сейчас закончим.
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you again. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine look. Yes, I absolutely. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. You're serious. You're giving me a shot. I put together a little speech just in case.
Я закатывал речь на случай.
Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone.
Отлично.
I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang.
А мне нравится, продолжай.
Firstly, I am highly personable, and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion.
Sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid.
Во, кому пушку дам хорошую, быструю.
If you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress.
Не прерывать.
Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for...
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. What do you think? Am I in? Wow. Thanks, boss. I'll just gather my personal...
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
Замечательно. Я так понимаю, сейчас порвать и надо будет оставить?
Why was I built to feel ennui?
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick? So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages. I got him here on... She sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure.
У нас тут что,
I don't
лесбиянки?
know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet. Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. And the trouble goes away. It sings.
Зарезаешь.
I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways, not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past.
Ну, намеки,
Folk who
да,
wanted to
вообще
be with me back in the
потрясающе.
Vale, they said I was cold. Thanks, Captain. That makes me feel a touch better. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel? They were close, Captain. Like, more than friends close. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drink? Thanks, Captain. I'll be ready.
Так, я так понимаю, что где-то у меня в каюте здесь этот плащ, да, есть? Или он у меня изначально уже есть, как бы я его заюзаю, да? Когда придет время. Так, это явно сортир просто.
Like what I did with the place?
Понял. Понял, спасибо, Сереж. Первый говечный ключ, который мне подарил отец, моя лучшая подруга по работе. Я еще думаю там порвать пока на это, да? Так, Феликса надо... О! Феликс большой мега-пулеметчик у нас. Ну, ему шашку дадим. Не, нифига, шашку мы ему не будем давать. Эта пушка, эта штучка у него надежнее. А, порвать сейчас надо взять, я понял. Так, ну я гляжу, уже 8 часов. Так. А этого пока нельзя, что ли, взять? А, во. Привет. Завтра в 3 часа, как обычно. Так, друзья, ладненько. Я думаю, на этом мы сегодня закончим. Завтра будет и того, и собственно говоря, и СВГОХ, и Outer Worlds. А на сегодня все. С вами был Александр Шмель, на канале Дар Шмелюс. Подписываемся, ставим лайки и т.д. и т.п. Всего вам.